number 3 again. Halfway through the video, like I said, I always do this in one take, and I've got Posty knocking on my door, which is not a big issue. Alright, so I was out running last night, doing my, I don't know how far I went, I think I did a bit over an hour, and as it's dark here now, especially when you want to try and get some early sessions done or some late sessions done, you know, I don't finish work until 5:30, so you know, by the time you get out the door 5:45, it's dark, and so you got to take your little light and off you go, trolling off into the darkness. Thank goodness it wasn't too cold. So halfway through the run, there was a bit of a, and I knew it was there. I just thinking about other things. Actually, what videos I was going to bring up was probably one of the bigger ones, but there was a bit of concrete, and I've just had a bit of a trip over it. Not that I fell over or anything like that, but thank goodness, can't afford an injury just at this stage. I know it's only sort of still base, but we've got our ultra coming up in October, so we don't want to do too many things that are silly. So, but it got me thinking about what injuries I've had, and what injuries you can get while doing triathlon. Now, starting from, I mean, there's so many out there. You can list, like you can spend hours on them, and trying to, you know, their fixes and remedies and all that kind of jazz. Excuse me. But let's just start with some easy ones. No, not easy. Let's start with ones I've had. That might make things a bit easier. That's where I was going with that easy bit. So it's only when you find, it's only when I find that I'm sort of starting to lift up the kilometres or lift up the time of training. So Ironman's usually it for me. So when you sort of start to swim 5,000 to 6,000 metres, you know, in a few times a week, you start to get that overuse injury coming on board now. And I think if you were building for longer, you probably get around it. But you know, so I get a little bit of the pinch in the shoulders, and that's only because I cross my hands a little bit when I'm at the top of the stroke. I know what it is. It's just that I get a bit lazy, and sometimes you're a little bit fatigued, so you sort of just goes out of your mind. Now that's manageable. You know, I know what that is, so I can get around it. So, but a lot of rotator cuff injuries we find in the pool, and it tends to be overuse. You know, stroke wise, I think yes, stroke is important. It's very important, obviously, to actually gain endurance and gain speed. But you know, if you're just doing your first triathlon, I don't think you need to sort of go and visit a professional stroke and correction coach to get that sorted. If you can swim, you can swim. I've seen people start on Ironman breaststroking. So there you go. Bike. I haven't had injuries on the bike. The only ones that I've read about and I've seen a lot to do with the knees, and it all comes back to bike fit. Having someone have a look at you on the bike and professionally fitting to your bike. Now, it may cost you a little bit of money, and you may only have your 10-speed racer or something like that for your first try. So what I suggest is you could get someone just to quickly look at you and go, look, I know that I'm just doing my first triathlon. I just want to make sure that I'm fitting on the bike okay. I can come back later on if I continue and get a professional one done. And most of the time when you buy a brand new time trial bike, you'll get professionally fitted onto the thing. But well worth the money. But it's usually just saddle height. So if you know what you're doing with getting your saddle in the correct position, you're pretty much there. I won't go into the nitty gritty of it, but that's the main one that I see. And you'll get knee pain. So I'm looking at my knees. Knee pain in the top of your knees. You can also get it underneath the bottom of your kneecap, and that's usually a good indicator that your saddle is either too high or too low. So remember that one. I've never come off the bike. Once, I think, when I couldn't get out of my cleats quick enough. That was quite embarrassing. But everyone's done that, so I've been told. Now, running. This is pretty much where it all happens, and that's only because they're hitting that ground time and time and time again, and the body sort of goes, what are you doing to me? And it's when you're first starting, you're gonna know all about this, unless you take a few precautions and set yourself up as best you can before you start. Now, number one, shoes. Go and find someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to triathlon or running when it comes to shoes, right? Now, I've seen it so many times. Someone will go, I'm going to take up running, and go to Target and buy a $20 pair of runners and go, oh, I'm off. I'm like, great, I'll see you soon with an injury. Because they're not designed to do that. They're just a straight up piece of foam. There's no stability in them. I mean, there's so many different types of feet positionings that people have, it's endless. So if you're an overpronator or underpronator, or if you're a neutral foot, shoes are going to be completely different. So go and talk to someone, get them professionally fitted, and this is only even if you're going to have a go at it, because trust me, you're going to thank me when you sort of get through this stuff, or if you go and buy your cheap shoes and go, oh, I should have went and bought the good ones. There it is. Knee injuries, hips, shin splints, Achilles, calves, ITB, all stem from having the right foundations in your feet. I can guarantee you that. Now, yes, people are going to say, oh, you're wrong, Slippery, it all comes from this, that, and everything else. It does, it's stability in muscles. So, your back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your calves, all that kind of stuff's got to be working properly. Now, the only way to do that is to train it. Now, you will find weaknesses, guaranteed. I know mine, and I know them well. So, part of my regime is to try and strengthen them to get them to work properly for me. Now, and that keeps the injuries away. So it makes you a better runner, you recover better, all that. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's a few little ones. I've had ITB, and I've also had a bit of a calf issue, and that's only because my shoes were worn, and basically what I was doing, so if we're looking at the shoe forward, it was doing more this. So it was stretching up, the ITB sits up the actual lateral part of your leg and runs up to you from your knee to your hip. It gives you a good amount of curry when you run on it underneath your kneecap. So that was old shoes. So note to self, don't let the shoes go too far before you change them. And calf. Now, calf muscles are renowned for being so tight. Now, that's just stretching, maintaining them, because you're putting so much volume of movement through them. They just decided that, no, I'm just going to stay tight. And once they go tight, it's hard to undo them. Good massage therapists can help you there. Right, let's leave that alone. That is, in a nutshell, is a few tip of the iceberg stuff that you just have a quick look at when you're starting this sport. No doubt you will find some more. And to manage them, I mean, like I said, your chiro, your physio, your doctor, they can help diagnose them. Yes, Mr. Google is pretty good at doing it, but look, at the end of the day, get a professional person to actually confirm that for you. Otherwise, you're going to be shooting around going, oh yeah, I think it's this, and treating something that it's not quite right. Again, learn from experience. Yes. Right, guys, I'm going to wind this up, and I'm going to have my coffee, and I'm going to see what the postman's delivered me. And I'll talk to you in the next video. So have a cracker day, and we'll talk then. See you guys.